I was shopping around for the right frame to gift my friends who just got married because I had the cutest photo of them. The FrameBridge website made it so easy to preview options that I slipped in a photo from my trip to Japan for myself too. Now they've got a wonderful memory of their wedding, and I've got a new favorite piece of art in my house. FrameBridge has a curated selection of frame styles and design experts to make it fun and easy to frame what you love for the people you love. Visit framebridge.com or your local FrameBridge store at 1200 Villa Place in Edge Hill to start framing. Today on CityCast Nashville, we're joined by Evan Darr, who's been a bartender in Nashville for 25 years, from hotels to the Wildhorse Saloon. As we continue to explore the lives of gig workers who make our city work, she's here to talk bachelorettes, safety, and the locals who keep her going. It's Wednesday, July 23rd. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. I heard through the grapevine that you just celebrated your 25th anniversary bartending in Nashville?
Yes, ma'am. 25 years.
Whoa. Okay. Well, so congratulations. Oh, and I do need to just address that you are calling in, and I love this. You know, you've been working in the scene for so long, so like you don't have a computer because why would you?
25 years of working with the general public, even though I absolutely love it, when I'm not doing it, I'm completely unplugged.
Oh, man, Evan, I'm so jealous, though. That's actually a beautiful way to live because, my goodness, it's rough out there. Well, so let's get into what you experience day to day. So, like, obviously, we have these huge events and conferences that come to Nashville. What happens to you as a bartender when these big events take place? Is it exciting? Is it chaotic? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What's up?
Oh, no, I love it. But the chaos and the anticipation is part of it. You know, thousands and thousands of people are coming. And I work for Hilton. I've worked for Hilton for many, many years. So we know how to prep for them. And then when they get here, it's controlled chaos. But it's awesome. I mean, you just keep going from the momentum of the crowd. You go hard and then you go home. And for me, completely unplug afterwards.
Yeah. Do you like overstaff in preparation? What are things that the Hilton does to prepare?
What we do is kind of like look at this influx of people almost like a football game or a football coach would. You know, he takes his people, right? And you take the whole team and you place them here, you place them there. What's their best attribute to the situation? And how can we mitigate this? How do we, do this as efficiently as possible? And so that's kind of how the magic happens. You know what I mean? You just prep, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. But I've never seen the worst happen.
Sounds like a lot of teamwork. That's for sure.
It is.
And so are there any other certain times of year that you dread or you look forward to?
Football season is crazy. And I'm sure it's just going to get more crazy once we get our new Superdome or whatever we're going to call it.
Right.
But that's a good season for us, especially with the traveling teams taking over like an entire hotel.
These are all tourists then that you're serving?
For the most part, yeah. Now, at my location, I do have some regulars that live downtown, pretty close to the Capitol building, so lots of state people. And then we have conventions all the time. Like just yesterday, I worked with some people that I've worked with twice a year for many years. I consider them regulars if they come back twice a year and they bring their business back, and I know them on a first-hand basis. Do we have the kind of relationships that like dive bars have with their everyday guests? No, but you do build a little relationship with these people, and you're always happy to see them come back.
Oh, I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I have some regulars that I met during the pandemic. Actually, they were traveling COVID nurses that were staying at another location I was at. And they come back and see me every year. One of them was just here a few weeks ago. And that makes my heart smile. You know what I'm saying? It's to build friendships like that with people in Jersey. And then they choose to come back and hang out with you again. I don't know.
Wow.
It's kind of special.
All right, I'm so sorry, but I have to ask about bachelorettes. When you see a bachelorette party coming at you, do you love it or hate it?
I'm not going to say hate because I already said I worked for Hilton. No, I'm just kidding. So when I see these groups walk in, immediately I start getting martini glasses out because I know we're doing espresso martinis. Okay. You know, and I just go ahead and I'll make a picture of it. I don't care. You know, get a picture of coffee, start putting in your vodka, start putting in your Baileys or whatever you think they're going to like. And then they come up and they pretty much order that. It's just getting through it.
So they're predictable.
Know? Yeah. I mean, but then again, most people are when you've been behind the bar. You know what I mean?
Man, I saw the other day the coolest bachelorette party idea I've ever seen. It was a Jurassic Park bachelorette party and everyone dressed up. And I think the bride was a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's awesome. I love that.
A girl can dream, right? Okay, what is the camaraderie among bartenders downtown? Like, do y'all share a sense of togetherness? Do you have a check-in group or a text chain?
When I was on 2nd Avenue, I was on 2nd Avenue for years, right? I met so many amazing people. And back in the day, service industry would go to Buffalo Billiards above Coyote Ugly. And we would all hang out there, you know. Well, you know what happened? Christmas 2020, you know, that bar is no longer there, but we all do keep in touch. I have moved further back from Broadway. The older I get, the less I want to, you guys do some Bacardi 151 shots. Let's blow flames. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. So I moved a little bit further back from Broadway, you know, and it's a little bit more peaceful. I have a little bit more of a professional clientele, but I still keep in touch with all those people I've made friends with over the years.
So what are you hearing from your fellow bartenders who are right in the middle of everything? What has been their experience right now?
Right now, in this moment, it's a little oversaturated, to be honest with you. You've got so much talent down there. And now it's being spread a little thin because new bars keep popping up all over the place, you know, under different celebrity names or what have you. I'm sure you've heard about it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it is what it is. We have a lot of people coming in to town still. I don't know if it is up to what the forecasts were saying because 2020 actually really messed up the forecast. In 2021, 2022, there was a massive surge. There was a drop in 2023. Last year was okay. Drop this year. We'll see what happens. I know when we get that new stadium, it's going to be nuts.
As our infrastructure stands at this moment, can we host a Super Bowl? Can we host a World Cup? Do you think that we could actually pull something off like that?
They would have to do a lot of infrastructure maintenance to get ready for that. Like, how about let's finish an interstate? I mean, those are all being worked on simultaneously right now. I feel like, you know, if we could prep and get the construction finished on some of the projects, you know what I'm saying? We could better mitigate the traffic coming in. But at the rate of hotels popping up all over the place and on the outskirts, I think that we could take care of the massive influx of people that will be coming in on top of what we have now.
Well, I feel like with these huge events on the horizon, as I was talking to my buddy who is a rideshare driver, he was saying that actually out-of-town gig workers come into Nashville and kind of feed off of everything, which then dilutes the industry here for locals. Have you experienced that as well, especially in the bartending scene?
Okay, so it's pretty hard to get a bartending job immediately in Nashville if you're not from here. It's kind of an unspoken thing. Like, some of these bars, in order to get in on the staff, you've already got to really kind of made a name for yourself, showed some high volume numbers. People have to be able to vouch for you that, like, yeah, you're a badass. Like, I feel kind of bad on, like, the Nashville hospitality industry page on Facebook. There are so many people every day like, hey, I just moved here. I'm looking for a bartending job. I'm looking for a serving job. And, you know, of course, there's a couple trolls that are always going to be like, yeah, good luck, get out, whatever. But what most locals are saying is, hey, you're going to have to, unfortunately, even if you have 10 years of slinging drinks experience, you're probably going to have to start out as like a host or a server assistant. and then work your way up, because those roles, they're generally held by locals.
I think that's a really good thing, because I think it's really tricky when somebody comes in from New York City or Los Angeles with, yes, years of experience, but it is really nice to kind of keep it in the family a little bit. Obviously, we want everyone to have work, and we want the money to go to everyone, and especially because it's so hard these days to make a living in Nashville, don't even get me started on affordable housing, but it does feel kind of like a family. And that's what I've talked to bartenders all the time. And that's the sense that I'm getting, is that like, oh, I used to work at this place, and then my buddy opened this local place, and I've gone over here to help him out and start like his beverage program. And I love that it seems as though everything's kind of overlapping and everybody has each other's back, but it is a really tough clique to get into.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You got to just spill the beans and tell us all the many places you've worked at across town.
Okay, well, I started bartending because I was going to school for music recording, right? And what other gig allows you to just take off and play? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I stuck with it because honestly, it gives you the freedom to have a life outside of work and not be tied into it.
Oh, yes.
I mainly worked at the Wildhorse Saloon for like a total of 11 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, 11 years at the Wildhorse Saloon? Oh, my gosh. Can I say that was one of my favorite places to go when I would be visiting Nashville from when I was living away. I loved coming to the Wildhorse, and I loved bringing friends from out of town to the Wildhorse because, let me tell you, it was wild. I'm sure you know.
Yeah, it really was. And it was maybe the first 3-story, bar. We had bars all over the place, and we always offered line dance lessons, and it was family friendly. To me, that was my home bar. It was kind of like, like how high school football players wear their class ring up until like they're in their 40s. Mm-hmm. That's what Wildhorse would be for me. I love it.
So do you have a tramp stamp of Wildhorse Saloon on your butt?
No. But I'll get one if you'll go with me.
All right, let's do it. We'll pay for it. We'll use our minuscule budget for that. That would be awesome. To switch gears, I do have to ask, have you ever felt unsafe on the job with like rowdy patrons or any late night situation?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you do whatever you can to not get in those scenarios, but sometimes they're going to happen, no matter what you do. Yeah.
What kind of support would you want, if any, to make your job easier from the city or your employer or even the patrons coming to visit you?
Honestly, we have security where I'm at, and we go through like safety training, whatnot, pretty extensive safety training. There's always going to be something that happens at least twice a year, but it just kind of comes with the territory, to be honest with you. Like, that's one of the reasons why, like, I park several blocks away from my location. You'll never see me walking with an expensive purse, a name brand jacket. I carry a really old backpack, and I wear an oversized T-shirt to work when I'm walking, because you don't ever want to become a target. The only people I've ever known to get mugged or robbed, they were walking back to their car with their work uniform on, or wearing an apron, or carrying like a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that. Yeah. You just don't want to become a target. And generally, I always feel safe.
That's good to hear. And then speaking of parking, like, do you get free parking because you're working downtown?
Yeah, thankfully.
Okay, good. Because I know that that's not the case for some people.
No, it's not. I mean, I've worked downtown at locations before where I just didn't drive. I just took a Lyft every day to work because it was cheaper than parking. I know a lot of people that do that, actually, because some of these places, like the place I park right now, is $54 a day, but it's covered by our employer.
Well, so is bartending your main gig or just one of many?
No, it's my only gig. It's honestly the only thing I see myself doing. Even with Tennis Elbow, I can't see myself doing real estate. Like, I'm going to keep this going as long as possible.
Can you tell us one of your most memorable nights you've had behind the bar?
Oh, Billy Gibbons was at my hotel for like a week a few years ago. there was only a few people staying at the hotel. This was a different location, but same company. And in order for him to have his own privacy or whatever, we would close at our normal time, and then he'd come down and hang out. And he did that for like 5 nights in a row. It was super fun. I've served a lot of characters, that's for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I would expect that downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
Hey guys, listen, if you join CityCast Nashville Neighbors, I think we should all go downtown and have a drink with Evan all together. I think that would be so fun. We're going to get a group down there so we can say hi.
That'd be awesome. Come down.
Absolutely. And we tip 35%. And that's true.
Girl, you
got
don't got to do that. Just come on down and hang out. You know, my buddy Ruthie Collins will be singing on Friday and Saturday.
I know. Is that who I met?
You met Ruthie,
Yes. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been singing down there for a long time.
She's awesome.
All right, last question. If you had a Metro Council member or the mayor sitting at your bar, what would you want them to know about working downtown?
Well, my gut tells me to say we need more housing for unhoused people. Because that's the only complaint I ever hear from my guests, really. Not to be sad. I'm not trying to make this like, oh, it's sad ending. But I mean, that's the honest to God truth. The only thing I ever hear from customers is like, there sure are a lot of unhoused people, but they don't say it that nice, you know?
Right.
And I wish it wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? I wish we did more for them, honestly.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you. Actually, I got to go on a tour with the contributor just recently downtown and learned a lot more about our unhoused individuals and the fact that they removed all the benches downtown. So can't sit or sleep or, you know, so they're really trying to push people out. So it looks,
but they have nowhere to go. So
yeah, that's a whole other episode, which we've done and we will continue to do.
Yeah, good. I care about them too, man. Like a tourist just walks by somebody and they might get a little freaked out or whatever. Okay, that person means nothing to the tourist. But I've been walking by some of these people for a couple years, and I know them on a first-hand basis, and I know why they're there and how they got there because they told me their stories. And there's a huge misconception that all these people are just mentally unfit or they're doing drugs. Some of them just don't know how to get out of where they're in, and they just need a little assistance. Seriously, how many of us are just a couple paychecks away from being where they're at?
Yeah. Mr. O'Connell, are you listening? Hello. All right. Well, what can we end on? Tell us about your favorite customer.
My favorite customer, Ellen. My favorite customer's name is Ellen. She is a wonderful lady that lives downtown. She's probably about 20 years older than me, but we're kindred spirit, and I just love her so much. And it's crazy. She lives really close to where I work, so she just walks over from her condo, and I swear to God, it's happened, but I can literally have 150 people at my bar, and I'm going as fast as possible. Mind racing. I'm 10 drinks ahead. You know what I'm saying? Blood pressure rising. And then the moment this woman walks in and stands at the end of my bar for a vodka soda, I am calm. And I do not know why or how she does that to me, but she's the calmer. Ellen.
Wow, Ellen. Well, again, congratulations on 25 years of making it as a bartender downtown. I mean, that's a real feat. That really is such a cool thing.
You.
And you really are what makes Nashville great. I really do believe that because you're keeping people safe. It's a lot of responsibility, and we thank you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
And thanks for calling in. Oh, and don't forget, folks at home, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. And we have 2 new neighbors to shout out, Lisa B. and Danny D. Welcome to the neighborhood. We cannot wait to meet you. That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. Another big cheers to Evan. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Toodles.